In this video, we will continue our video series of the ASV scanning and attestation process, customers and ASVs that use a same product for the attestation of compliance process. Previous videos, we have described the process for creating scans, investigating data, creating ASV identities, and handling disputes. In this video, we want to discuss the process that an ASV uses within a licensed sync product to provide the approval and attestation of scan compliance for customer attestation submissions. Customer requests for attestations are found under the Reports tab, PCI attestations. The data grid will provide information about the status of each request, as well as information such as the job name, the customer, the created by field, customer identity name, and various task options under the actions column. If there's information that you don't see about a customer record, you can use the grid actions and look at choose column, and then you can look at what information is available. In this example, I've added everything but the customer identity or the ASV's identity, but you can modify these options, remove areas, columns, add them back just by using the checkbox, or selecting and dragging and dropping to move the order around. So under the actions column, there's several action options for you. The information button, one at the far left with the eye, provides a shortcut to the customer's scan information and a link to the completed scan data. So when we click the Scan Information tab in this pop-up dialog, we can see scan detail and the history of the scan activity, when the scan started, when it completed, what its status was. You can view the status file, the verbose output, as well as a link to the scan data from the scan. This can be very useful when you're helping a customer to understand their scan results or viewing the details from disputes, customer declarations. The reports option, as you can see here, various options. The reports option will display any completed PCI attestation report files. The attestation request log will provide a history of the submission transactions, such as when the request was opened and when it was approved, as well as the user that made the changes. The checkbox will display once the customer's submission is ready for final review and approval for the scan attestation of scan compliance. The X is a shortcut to deny the attestation request. The following describe the process we want to use to approve the attestation. So in this case, the checkbox now displays approve attestation, and we'll see a new pop-up that provides information about the identity that we want to use. In this case, we've already created one for the assessor, which is the ASV. If you haven't created one before, you can use the Add New Identity button, and a pop-up will come up so you can put all the information in you need for your identity. You can also use the Save and User Profile, and this will ensure that your selection will be associated with your profile and you won't have to select that option for future attestation approvals. The next field is to put your certification number in. As an ASV, when you go through the scan test and you finally get approval, they give you an attestation certification number, and that's the certificate number you'll use in this field and all the reports. You can also save this into the system option so it will remain consistent for future attestations. Please keep in mind, though, when you go through the lab every year, you'll get a new attestation number. So that certificate number will have to be updated as you go into the lab and get future attestations. So all we have to do now is, once we've got the identity selected and we've made our selections in terms of saving these settings for future options. Choose the issue attestation. The customer can now view and download the required reports for submission to the cardholder, and there's no further action that you need to take on your behalf.